Hi everyone, welcome to another session of the G9ijaTV, the NewsScope. Today we've got some items for you that we're going to be talking about on this special TGIF. My name is Olatunde, and let's get started. Now, there's a lot of things that do take place, in terms of when men, now I'm using men now, wants to get married. Usually what happens is there are sort of all sort of criterias. You see people coming out of the woodworm, talking about the woman I'm going to marry is going to be like this, going to be figure eight. Some it's about food, some it's about you must kneel down for me if you're an African. So this gentleman is from Nigeria. I just want to share his story because I actually found it quite I found it quite hilarious, really, you know. And let me just see. Oh boy. Aha, found it. Right. You can see this gentleman said Nigerian man abroad advised countrymen to hold on to Nigerian women as he reveals conditions a white woman gave him that ended their relationship. I mean, just when we finish reading this and you understand where I'm coming from, you can see, the nice, lovely bloke. Mm. He said a Nigerian man has revealed why he dumped a Caucasian woman he wanted to marry. He said the woman agreed to join him in footing the bills, but he insisted he must also join. She insisted, but must also join in cooking. According to him, the woman said she would foot. What kind of person wrote all this English? Said, according to him, the woman said he would foot 60% of their bills and she would foot 40%. She said if she starts any more than him, she will start footing up to 60% of their bills while he handles 40%. However, he said the woman told him that she wouldn't always be the one doing all the cooking in the house. She told him he had to cook too if he was hungry. The Nigerian man who goes by Inspired Castro on Facebook questioned why a woman should expect him to cook. He added that as an Igbo man, it is his woman's job to cook. So he ended the relationship with the white woman who wanted him to also share cooking with her as she shares bills with him. He then told Nigerian men to hold on tight to Nigerian women because they knew that it was their duty to cook for their men. He added that Nigerian women suffer to go to work, and when they return, they still cook. So Nigerian men who have them should be grateful and thank your God. Okay, he's actually here. So let's watch this video.
Make on hear what you both tell me. Oh,
no boy.
In this life, if you live abroad and you dey lucky, you still get Nigerian babe or an African babe where we say her head still correct. Where we say even when she don't try, go work, finish, suffer, go work, come back, she still they get time. They make food for you. Be grateful and thank your God. Because why? You get one or you but me and then they talk. They try see whether we go feel run things. You understand? We were actually trying to see if we are compatible and how we're going to live together. Assuming things works out and we decide to get married together. And then we started talking about bills. And she said that I will be paying 60% of the bills, while she'll be paying 40% of the bills, especially if I'm earning more money than her. But she now said that if she earns more money than me, that she will probably be paying 50% and I'll be paying 50%. Or in some cases that she might pay 60% and I'll pay 40%. Then I called the tell and say, okay, if I pay 60%, she'll be cooking for the family. And she got asked me, say, what do I mean by cooking for the family? I said, I mean, preparing food for me. And possibly when we have kids, she could prepare food for me and for the kids. She said, no, that when I'm hungry, I have to prepare food for myself. And that when she's hungry, she can prepare food for herself. Or that when she's hungry and she's preparing food, that she can also prepare food sometimes for me, that not all the time, that I have to also, take care of myself when I'm hungry. As she talk this one finish, I don't let the talk begin to go further. I can't tell myself, say, so as a typical Igbo man, why be? I go marry wife. Now me go see the cook for house. I don't say it is not a bad thing for a man to support a woman in the kitchen, but I'm here to remind you again that our cultural way of marriage is still the best. If you find Nigerian babe, African babe, we be say her head stay correct, or more appreciate them, they easy. In this part of the world, so many women no one take that responsibility again.
Wow. So, guys, you actually have it. Now, the thing for me is this. I mean, if you look at the old thing he has just said now, yes, in this part of the world, things are different, obviously, than back home. But what he actually fails to understand is that the way the society is structured here, in the Western world, it's obviously you can't bring that idea. Look, the thing is this: everybody, whatever it is that they want, in terms of their relationship and not, it's relative, true. But then, when you are in the Western world, honestly, I mean, there are times where I have to cook. There are times I do cook for the family. Of course, I don't really do it all the time, but I do. Sometimes if I'm home, my wife goes to work, she comes back. It's look, they've said we should stop saying common sense, because at the end of the day, things are different. This is not one of those one where madam will call the house girl, oh, yeah, go and put a guard, come, put things in place. No, that's not it don't work like that here. You're supposed to. This is not something of she's been out all day from work, and you are home. How else can you demonstrate your love, or shall I say your affection itself? You're there, but you can imagine she will call you, are sitting down there, or guy is watching TV, and then now said, oh yeah, is my food ready? So she's come back anyway. Well, guys, you can see the guy's face. So if if we are into that, but doesn't really make sense. You need to adjust, man. You need to actually adjust. So that to say the cultural side, yeah, you can practice that cultural side, because back home you have house help, you have people that will help, that will actually help your wife to do that. So of course, I get that. But when you are out there, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. So, action man. What else? Right. The next story that I've actually got has to do with a man actually narrates how his friend that had a kidney problem died, and that his family could not really, not that they could they had the money that they couldn't help him, but it was more like they have assets that they could have sold to help in the treatment and all. So I just want to I would like to get this idea what you people actually think, in terms of where they have like about 3 properties, and this guy said the family member refused, or rather just could not bring themselves to sell their properties, or to sell at least one of the property to sort of help out. So it says Nigerian man narrates how a friend died of kidney failure because his family found it difficult to sell one of their 3 properties and raise money for treatment. So this gentleman, Uwala Namdi, well, he brought the story. I watched a friend died of kidney failure. The family have a property in Douglas and Preferred Plus where they are staying in. He kept begging for money till he died, and he's the first son. There are only 4 in the family. Found it. There are only 4. The family found it hard to sell one of their property to help him. Sad. And so it says that when you have a family that will watch you suffer, when they have means to uplift your suffering, or rather to alleviate your suffering, is the most devilish things to do. They always blame you that, oh, why didn't you make it yourself, forgetting races and the same family preaches to you about Christ, but they will never give you a helping hand. They will compare you to your mates, how successful you are, and when you start doing the things your mates are doing, they will rebuke you that you are a ritualist or that you are a thief, and you begin to wonder what Christ are they even preaching to you about in the first place? You know. So basically, I think quite a few people in the comment section, it says a guy called Ari Riaga. He said to see buyer might have also be a problem. Who knows? Somebody else said exactly my thoughts. So emotional. The locations of the properties mentioned are all hotkey. But what do you guys think? Although we don't really have, obviously, we really just had one side of the story, so we don't hear whether the family members, whether they were making every stringent efforts to actually sell that property. You know, one thing about most of the narratives we get online are always one-sided, and it's always a good idea. But in the absence of that, what do you guys think? Right. Moving swiftly on. Aha. This is now the Oni of Ife and the wife of the president of Nigeria. Right. So it's about a new status in Ife. It's a reaction as the Oni of Ife unveils golden statue of First Lady Oluremi Tinubu. Wow. Wow. That is massive. So what do you guys think? You know, especially in terms of the economic problems that we're actually having in the country. You know, so it says the Oni of Ife, Obadieye Ogunwusi, unveiled a golden statue of First Lady Oluremi Tinubu. Obadieye unveiled the statue during a grand ceremony at Obafemi Awolowo University of Osun State. The monarch said the unveiling, a golden statue, is erected to immortalize her virtuous personality and to showcase the strength of a teacher, mother, and wife at the very heart of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. The biggest hostels and pavilion in the history of Obafemi Awolowo University, which bears her name, represent our efforts to create spaces for learning, development, and empowerment for all. Now, some people just did like this very idea, So this Sheyi said, Oni of Ife is creating a golf statue of Remy Tinubu when Nigerians are suffering. Then another one said, Collins said Remy Tinubu has played a significant role in governance and civic engagement, especially in areas like women's rights, education, and social welfare. The statue is not just about the individual, but about promoting a culture of recognition, honor, and appreciation for service. Chancellor, that's another person there. It says Oni of Ife built a statue for Remi Tinubu. What the hell is going on? Okay, I think we have a video clip here about during the unveiling. So let's have a look at this. Right. So what do you people actually think about this? So do you think this is the sort of thing that should be done, especially around this time? We actually have some of the things that some of the commentators, what they've said. Some are like, how is that even possible in this time? That setting up a statue at this time, at this point in time, really. So what do you think? So well, personally, I feel, well, it's okay. I mean, if that's what they actually choose to do, that's fine. But at the same time, I do understand that the state of the nation right now. So, but then I also understood that she gave almost, I think, about 1 billion naira. So, yeah, I think it's one of those things that they felt they needed to sort of reciprocate, the gesture, the amount of money she sent to them. So, hence you actually have that. So quickly moving on. So this one is about This one is quite interesting, really. This lady, that's what I can call her. This lady, she said she has just bought, she has a Nigerian passport, and the passport will soon expire. So because of that, she's now she's telling the netizen that they should help her. You know, she specifically called out quite a few people, um, some influencer, the big influencer online. So she says, I can cook, I can knack. I don't know about that one. Lady begged for flight before passport expire. So she basically said a Nigerian lady introduced herself as Emma Mary Beauty, a 21-year-old from Akwa Ibom, took to her Instagram handle to plead with Nigerians to help her book a flight, even if it's just from Lagos to Abuja, before our international passport expires. She's explained that she has never flown on an airplane before. So let's quickly watch the video and see what she says.
Ime Mary Beauty, a 21-year-old Nigerian woman, took to Instagram to ask for help in booking a flight before her international passport expires. She appealed to popular bloggers and Nigerians, explaining that she has never flown before and is willing to work, clean, or even be a side chick in exchange for assistance. Holding her passport and
This girl,
bags,
anyway,
she
she's
urged
just
for
21, so
stating
I don't think
she's
she's
single
aware of
and
a lot of things
hardworking.
she's saying.
Watch the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and
Like,
share.
seriously?
Good day, Nigerians. My name is Ime Mary Beauty. I am 21 years old.
Oh boy.
I am from Akwa Ibom State. Nigerians, please, I
Maybe
need
she's
your
just
help.
playing pranks. Maybe.
My passport is about to expire. My international passport is about to expire. I never reached airport before. I never entered a plane before. I never fly by air before. Please, I am begging Nigerians to help my life. Before this passport expire, this person book
I don't
my
think that
flight.
this is real. I think she's
Even
just,
if I'm from Lagos to Abuja,
she's
or
chasing
to
clouds,
Calabar,
like they
to
say.
anywhere, please, someone should book my flight. I can cook, I can clean, I can knack.
Oh,
I can even be your side chick. I can be your second wife. I can be
oh
anything
boy,
for
this
you.
is
Please,
crazy, man.
Nigerians. I do this passport 100K and I buy this box
Wow.
40K. I never traveled before. Please, Nigerians. Please, with all this thing I carry, I never traveled before. Please, Nigerians, help me. Tunde head not. Yaba left. All the bloggers, who can help me, please? I am single. I'm not in any relationship. I'm very hardworking. Nigerians, please help my life. Please, Nigerians.
Nah,
Please, Nigerians, help me.
I definitely don't believe that this is real. You know, what do you guys think anyway? So, I mean, if you can just put it in the comment section there, so that'll be good. I mean, honestly, can anyone honestly believe that that is actually real? I don't think so. I think she just wanted to just put some sort of content out there to grab some attention. I think that's what it is. Right. I can cook, I can. Don't even go there. Right. So I've got some news, some other news here. Right. There's so much happening, there's so much happening in the world. So it's about a four-man gang who specializes in stealing, engine brain box. It's a four-man gang who specialize in stealing of vehicle brain box caught in Ondo. So it says men of the Ondo State Police Command have arrested the deal of Ifeanyi, age 36, Joseph, age 43, who allegedly specialize in stealing vehicle brain boxes, tapping glasses, and other valuables from people's vehicles, and are part of a complex vehicle theft and vandalization syndicate. Parading the suspect at the command headquarters in Akure, the State Commissioner of Police, Abayomi Oladipo, said painstaking effort later led to the arrest of Obina, age 32, and Onyeka Okoye, age 38, who are also members of the syndicate. He mentioned that one of the suspects, Joseph, who lives in Akure, confirmed that he sells second-hand wares, popularly known as Okrika, and serves as the informant to notify other suspects to come to the state to operate and return to Lagos. Oladipo mentioned that suspects will be charged to courts at the end of the investigation. Wow. Wow. This is, it's really disheartening. So, but like I always say, it is just because the economy is the way it does not actually is not an excuse at all. It's not an excuse. Imagine if everybody is hungry and they're or everybody needs money and they're all going running to bank to go and rob banks because they say, "Oh, guess what? It's because I needed money." It doesn't work like that, right? So the next story I've actually got, it's no, not this one. In fact, the next one that I have, second to the last. Right, this one is quite interesting, and the reason for it is that because it's political. I think I have quite a few things to say about this. It says Cameroon bans talk about 91-year-old President Paul Biya's health. Cameroon has banned any discussion about the health of 91-year-old President Paul Biya after his prolonged absence fueled widespread speculation. The government stated that discussing Biya's health was a matter of national security and instructed governors to establish units to monitor broadcast on private media channels and social networks. Earlier this week, the authorities put out statements saying that the president was on a private visit to Geneva, Switzerland, and in good health, dismissing reports he had fallen ill as pure fantasy. Do you think citizens have a right to freely discuss their leaders' health? Of course, they do. They do. If they've not seen their president, for a very long time, I'm not entirely sure. You know, some of the comments I've got here says autocracy at its best. Only in Africa we get to hear such ridiculous stories. Someone else said, "Now, wow, Africa, my Africa. I wish there was somebody like." Now, I don't want to talk about that guy. There are quite a lot of people. To be quite honest, right? Why wouldn't they talk about their people? They should be able to talk about it. Absolutely, they should be able to talk about their president. Someone said the day Africa will move forward is when we finally understand the leadership is a state of servitude and not rulership. That's true, because those in government believe that they are there to rule. They are not in that. The idea of servitude does not even cross their mind at all. It does not cross their mind one bit. No, 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 nothing. What are you talking? Servitude. You are there to serve them. So, but the last story I've got, it's not really a story, just a video that I just want to share. And now that is across the pond in the US. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, the election is coming up in November next month. I think 5th of November precisely. Okay, I could be wrong. Anyway, now what it is, Kamala Harris is running for president under the Democratic Party, and of course, our Uncle Donald is running under the Republican Party. Now, there are some things that the Democratic Party, they've always had the black people, Latinos, on their side. They are believed to be the party that had empathy, compassion. They're always there. They are defender of the faith and all. But something shifted since the last election. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris actually came in, and during their administration, which is still ongoing currently, the economy has taken a nosedive. All sorts of things have gone wrong. The borders has been left opened, and they are so fixated on Ukraine, and you have this hurricane, is it Elena, that came in, and then the sad thing was that they're saying there is no money, but then Ukraine is being given billions. Why won't people be angry? Honestly, it's no brainer. So, but beyond that, but I now found this video where there's a guy, it's a short video, and this guy said, I think he said a lot of things. I think once you hear this, bingo, we don't have to say anything anymore. Let's take a look at this. Ooh. This guy said everything. He gave the reason. This black man gave the reason why would they be not why they'll be voting for Donald Trump. And he really, I believe he made a solid case. He's a guy that's a Democrat, you know, a black man, full, matured, grown-ass man. And this is what he has to say. Watch this.
Amen.
Bradley, tell us why you're making the change from the Democrat ticket to President Trump.
Mr. Trump stated, I'm going to build a wall because I want the people that live here to eat first. Since this new administration has come to the table, my children are lacking. My community is lacking. I see abandoned properties, folks laying on the street. And forgive me, why do we feed folk when we have folks who went overseas, hung, bled, and died in the service of this country, and they're laying on the streets? That's unacceptable. If you can house an immigrant, with all due respect, house my children first. These are the people that fought for us. They're laying on the street. They can't get medical assistance because you've given it to someone else. They closed down schools. They opened the schools to put migrants in. You can open a school and put my veterans in there. Amen. You can open a school and put my homeless children in there. But yet you refuse to feed those that state that they are here. Right. They've been here. You've overlooked us.
Trump 2024. Amen.
Bradley, tell us.
Wow. So I hope you guys actually heard that. So imagine when the people now begin to feel that they are now second-class citizens. This is not the way it's meant to actually be in the US. You know, the US is supposed to be the leader of the free world, but this but what the Biden Kamala Harris administration, what they are doing, I just think they've lost the plot. Actually, there's just a lot of things that they've just done that as I believe is going to cost them the election. Anyway, thank you, everyone. Just want to say thank you for actually joining us for this evening, and to be same time tomorrow. Good night and God bless. Thank you.